Hey guys, hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, I am glad you're here. Today I was going to go over my top 5 small, compact, EDCable fixed blades. Before I get started and we run through these, I want to ask if you guys would be so kind, please hit that subscribe button down below and also that bell notification icon that'll alert you when I release new videos. It'll also let YouTube know that you're a human, not a bot, and it'll help me out greatly. I would appreciate it, and I thank you more than you know. The first little fixed blade that I love that I carry right now in a very antiquated sheath, because I've still got to send this to Lancelot Leather to get a proper sheath made for, is my Jason Grant JKal, my first JKal that I got from him. That's a chisel grind. It's a small little knife. I want to say it's under 6 inches, but it is very, very slicey. Um, Done out of a really nice tool steel, micarta handles with, I don't know if you can see this, but it's got this copper mosaic inlay pins, and then it's also got the copper tube for the lanyard. And then just the way that this handle has been designed by Jason makes this just a joy to hold. I've got several JKals, and this is probably my smallest right now, but all of them have the same handle. This one just happens to be very concealable. It's one that I will wear horizontally on my belt or have it as a pocket dropper. Right now, the way I carry it is as a pocket dropper, but it would be one of my top 5 small EDC knives that get carried quite often on the down low all the time. So going to the next one down, and these are in no particular order, guys, so I'm just going to call this number 4, but this is not the number 4th in popularity, but this is my Suprlativ Hella. The Suprlativ Hella is a tiny little M390 single tang with what I'd call Mars carbon fiber inset or inlays. You can take a T8 and you can take these out. They also sell this as a skeletonized version, but to me, that little bit of contoured handle that those inlays give you make the knife more comfortable to me. So I like it just the way it is, but it's very compact. It's very usable. I can use it for pretty much any of my EDC tasks, but when I carry an EDC fixed blade, it's going to be carried to kind of be a complement to take up and do what my primary fixed blades don't do. And in this case, opening packages and the likes are the way this knife comes into play. And what I love about it is it's super thin, this sheath, and it's got a pocket dropper. So when I carry this, it goes in my left pocket, clipped in, good to go. It's actually in my pocket now and will stay there for the rest of the day. Moving on, we come to a great little belt knife that I carry quite often, and this is the Baltic Blades Angis. And this is a super, super cool little slicey knife that weighs absolutely nothing. It's skeletonized, and then Paulus, who makes these little knives, the Baltic Blades, puts this paracord in the handle just to give you a little bit more grip. And then it's got this choil where your hand just comes naturally up with the spoon. And in terms of opening packages or cutting string or cutting rope, making those quick cuts that you might need to, this is a handy little knife and one of my top 5 to have on my belt. Sheath's very good, retention's very good, doesn't rattle, and it weighs absolutely 0. So moving on, we come to my favorite or second to favorite little sheath that rides on my belt more likely than not, and that is the MKM Micra. And this is the Micra 1 because it's the drop point. I also have the Micra 2, which is a sheep's foot, and they're kind of interchangeable in terms of the balance of these knives. Why I love these knives, I like this one a little bit more because it's got a pokier point. So for opening packages, things that I'm using my EDC fixed blades for, this seems to be a little bit more usable, more functional than my sheep's foot, the Micra 2. So we'll stick with this one as my number. We'll say, what's this, number 2. We've gone through the Baltic blades, we've gone through the JKal, Jakeb creates, we have gone through the Hella Superlative, and we've gone through now the MKM Micra, which brings us to our final and probably my most carried number 1 small fixed blade. The way that I normally will carry it is on my belt, and this is my Jakeb creates Chickadee in Magna Cut with a Kyle Coonley edge, G10 handle. Feels great in hand, is a super small knife right at about 5 inches, and is very, very usable, and that sheath locks it in. I've also got a Oak City leather sheath for this knife as well. This particular one, my S90V Chickadee, is a full flat grind, and it is just a little banger. It's got my Micarta handles because I switched them out. I actually bought that from Jakeb Creates' website. These little handles, I think they were $30, which seems like a lot for little Micarta handles, but they fit perfectly. They don't have any displacement between the tang and the handle, and I like the feel of the Micarta. Mixed it up from the G10. Really like this little knife. Also, it comes with a Kydex sheath, so I can choose to carry this guy on the belt, or like I often do, carry it as a pocket dropper, carry this in my left pocket, down and away, and yeah, that's the way it rolls. And these two little knives probably get more daily EDC carry than any others. They're just really fun knives. I really enjoy them. Any of the other knives that I showed are equally fantastic. So you've got the MKM Micra 1. You've got the Baltic blades Angus. You've got the Jason Grant JKal. See if I can get these down just a little bit further. Or I guess we can take one. Oops. And then in my pocket, I just put the Suprlativ Hella. So those are little bitty knives, guys. The longest one in that bunch is going to be the JKal, and it comes in right at 6 inches. The Hella's 5 inches. The Jakeb Creates Chickadees are 5 inches. The MKM Micra is going to come in right under 4.5. And the Angis or Angus is going to come in right at 4.5 inches. So as you guys can see, those are tiny little fixed blades, but they really get the job done. If you need them, if you need to call on them, and more importantly, they take up very little space. You won't know that you have them on in most cases. And then again, they are very, very useful. Heaven forbid you should be in a self-defense type of situation where you need to deploy a knife quickly. I would say that that is a great reason to have a fixed blade over a folder. It's going to give you that absolute grip. It's going to you're not going to have to worry about it closing on your hand. It's a substantial tool. And it's a deterrent, right? I wouldn't want to be met with the, the front end of this. So, guys, thank you for watching the video. Thank you for subscribing if you took the time to do that. If not, I totally get it. I appreciate you being here. Guys, I do ask that you look out for the guy or gal to your left. You look out for the guy or gal to your right. Look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart. Choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.